I think washroom is a very effective medium because of its cost effectiveness and with the fact that it's targeted. I love the fact that you can target your audience with a medium. I think the perception in the market currently about washroom is underestimated. I don't think that a lot of marketers understand the relevance it has to their brands. And I also believe that most marketers is looking for the glamour side of advertising and not necessarily the results. I think you're so bombarded with advertising everywhere that I don't think it really matters that it's in a washroom. I think in terms of the benefits you get from washroom advertising, if you look at a captive audience and the fact that there is no clutter and you have category exclusivity, leads to the fact that I think your cost per point, you get so much more value for your money than advertising in any other platform. In my personal opinion, I think for the result you get, it's very difficult because I have been racking my brain to think of which medium actually gives you that kind of exclusivity and attention just to your brand. And I can't think of a medium where you have that exclusivity. The only thing that I would remotely come close to is maybe a billboard or big building wraps that's impactful. So it will more grasp your attention of the impactfulness, but you won't get necessarily a brand message across or product info across in that environment. I think the Clearwater foot counter data just confirms what you know and also or what I know because I've used the medium before quite often on previous brands and I believe in the medium. So I think it just confirms and gives you an ammunition to actually explain to the business why you've chosen this medium for your brand. I think the platform has always been relevant, maybe because I'm so used to using it. I just think, as I said before, it's underestimated by consumers. So it is relevant for both the marketer and the consumer because, first of all, they interact with your advertising for much longer than what they normally do without interference of other mediums. Personally, I think probably the product I interacted most with is when you can sample products like your hand liquid washes. To me that's key because it gives you a free trial to use and experience the product whilst you're in the mall and actually you can go and buy it if you like the product that you've tried. I think I'm the average working mom having to balance work life and home life, looking for convenience. How can I get my information quickly? Because I don't have time to absorb TV or advertising material. Washroom fits into the media mix for me on different levels. It depends on your brand, it depends on your budget. In my career, I have worked on high budget brands where you have the money, and I think with a new launch, it's the quickest and most cost-effective way to get awareness out there, especially if it's in the line of personal care products, like the launch with Dental Naturals. I also think when you work with very small budgets and you need to be very creative, that is the time where you have exclusivity, first of all, and secondly, you have the attention of your consumer for a certain space of time and you don't compete for their attention or being paged over in a magazine. I think it's very important. I think there's two ways of looking at this. The whole consumer and shopper debacle, who actually shops. But to an extent, mom normally does the shopping if it's a family-related product. But at the end of the day, both the kids and the husband, to an extent, have input in what they want. And I think if the end user, you need to talk as a marketer to the end user of the product, which then becomes gender-specific. I also think that TLC has been very creative in their mediums, starting back in the day with just the normal door frame behind the toilet door, and evolving in door wraps, into the mirror decals, into the talking frames. And what I'm quite interested in seeing going forward is how the couponing works, actually interacting with the medium at the same time. So you can basically own the whole environment and make it your brand. I have worked with TLC roughly now for 7-8 years. It's been an awesome experience. I think what helped a lot is that I feel that TLC really gets our business. They make a point of understanding and getting to know your business and your brand and what will work and what won't work. So I think from that perspective, I always respected the honesty in terms of explaining, listen, we feel your money is better spent here. So it was always good guidance, good help, good information to help us make a successful campaign. All my campaigns has always been to get awareness out there, and there was never a call to action. And that's why I'm so excited about your downloading of the coupon, to actually start measuring what has happened in the bathroom and how is that pulled through and related into sales. I can sell you washroom because I believe in it. Examples that come to mind there is our Like Silk, which we did in nightclubs. It was our eye makeup remover, and it was targeting people, young people going out, having fun, wearing dark eye makeup and then having to remove it. So that was a good example for me of targeting your audience. Another one is the launch of Dental Naturals, where we went into the gyms and specifically targeted mom, which is active, on the go, and needs to buy your product. From the entrance of the washroom through the whole process, you actually had the visibility of the brand. If you look at Dental, we were on the mirrors, we were behind the doors, there was product sampling. If you look at Veet, you had the posters when you walk into the big wall wraps. You had the mirrors, you had the door wraps. It was just so impactful. So Dental was awareness, to create awareness on the brand, because it was a new product that was launched under the Dental brand, and it was also to induce trial, and that's why we had the sampling in the actual washrooms. If we look at Young Solutions for me was more to get the awareness out and saying, hey, there's another acne prep product on the shelf, look for us.